Welcome back to Spider-Man versus the Kingpin. So we're still looking for more villains to fight. Let's see, who do we fight today?
Let's see, we've gone for a lot of the roster. Well, we haven't faced stuff like the Rhino or the Lizard yet.
Well, technically we've only beaten 3 so far.
Speaking
no, mind. 4, sorry.
Let's see, we haven't taken on Green Goblin or the Lizard or the Rhino yet.
Or Venom.
Oh,
hey Lizard. There
right.
you go.
So I guess
the devil.
So the Lizard is next. Alright, let's go. Loading. Alright, let's go.
Of course it's the sewer.
Well, it makes sense. So that's like.
This is probably also like the overall design of the sewer seems very similar to the first episode of the animated series. The
Complete 90s. With killer bats. Okay, not the first
rats,
thing. Bats aren't the first thing you think of when you come to a sewer.
Nope.
They wanted some aerial enemies, and they figured, let's put in bats. Why not? Now we're fighting whatever. What?
It's a mutant monkey.
I have no idea what that was.
My guess is Tail. They're supposed to be
so I can see what you look like.
Creations. I mean, remember at the end of the day, the lizard is Dr. Connors, which was experimenting with genetics and mutations. So I'm guessing it's not too much of a stretch. So
it's hard to tell what that thing is, though. Like I'm having trouble telling.
Judging by how it leaps and it stands, it looks like a lemur or a monkey.
The issue is its head. I can't tell if its head is its mouth by the looks of it.
I think it has like an helmet on it. Well, when the next one pops up, I'll see better.
There you go. Kill the rat.
Take that, you rat and rodent.
Rats. Spider-Man is on us.
He learned that from Bruce Willis.
Yeah. Moving on. And now there you go. More mutants.
Yeah, I think they have like an helmet or glasses on them or something.
It's weird.
It's like that level in the Hulk Mega Drive game where out of nowhere.
This feels like they're using the pixelization of the system's graphics to kind of get out of explaining to us what the heck those things are.
True, kind of like the final boss of Wolverine Adamantium Rage.
There we go. So you go.
Music is still kick-ass.
This sounds like a theme song that you'd hear during the Attitude Era.
But of course.
Exactly. Like, well, remember I'm pretty sure the interesting thing is that none of these are licensed songs. They apparently they were made specifically for this game. For the game.
Interesting. For a Sega product at the end of the day. Well, it's not too dissimilar to how Mad World and Archie Reigns handled their soundtracks. But they had a bunch of indie rappers compose for both of them.
Swing time indeed.
Swing time for Spider-Man and why, I guess.
Swing time for Spidey.
Okay, seriously, why are these rats so gosh dang dangerous? Did Kirk Connors inject them with some venom or something that makes them...
There are ROUSs, Jova. Apparently...
They don't even look that big.
Apparently, Jova, the myth of alligators in the sewer is wrong, Jova. Instead, you have mutant giant rats.
Except they don't even look that big. They look like regular-sized rats, so what danger do they pose?
I don't know. Maybe Spidey doesn't want the plague.
I mean, now if they're like, per se, that giant, huge rat lizard thing in Amazing Spider-Man, that would make sense.
Fighting for justice.
Wait, flying for justice?
I think it's fighting for justice, but he just misspelled because...
No, guys, don't you see? Spider-Man's gonna defect from Marvel and join the Justice League.
Wouldn't be the first time that's happened. And no, I'm actually not kidding. There have been plenty of crossovers between the Avengers and the Justice League. In fact, believe it or not, Hawkeye actually at some point actually became a Justice League member.
Well, Spidey was like kind of like the pioneer because most of the first couple of crossovers were Spider-Man and Superman crossing over.
Hey,
the only way I can ever see Avengers Justice League movie happening is if Disney and Warner Brothers decide to get along. Well, they have done it.
They have done it before with Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Hasn't there recently been announced a cartoon crossover between the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Batman?
Wait,
that's a different beast altogether. Remember, IDW. IDW.
No. What about like two companies getting along?
Yeah, Dweebs, that's a problem. Ever since the last major crossover, which is amazing, by the way, made in the early 2000s, DC and Marvel never crossed over ever again.
Nah.
And considering both the situations at Disney Warner Bros. And how fucking salty both Dan Didio on DC and Ron Perlmutter at Marvel are, this is not gonna happen in the immediate future at the very least.
Nope.
Probably. It will need a miracle and a shitload of money. Oh, there it is.
Basically, problems in paradise. Okay.
So basically, here's what you do: just keep webbing him, and whenever you web him, just punch him, or do this what I'm doing right now. The AI of the bosses in this game is
quite something.
Yeah. There you go.
Surely the genius who wants to turn all of mankind into lizards.
There you go.
There you go.
Cutscene.
Alright. I angrily shake my fist at you. Also, the look on Lisa is like, durr.
Kurt, are you okay? Where am I? What am I doing here? Spider-Man. What's going on? It's a long story, Kurt. You might say I ran into you while I was looking for something down here. A key. Could this be the key?
Maybe it wasn't a good idea to give the key to a villain who reverts into a good guy.
Here, you take it.
Although, funnily enough, in the current Spider-Man comics, the Lizard is kind of technically a good guy in the sense like, well, Kurt can turn into him when he gets stressed out, but he can control himself still, and he's actually part-time a professor in... Oh, God, speak of the devil.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Sorry, Kurt. It looks like I'm going to have to take you out again. If I can.
Well, considering how easy the boss fight was, I'm pretty sure you're gonna be able to do it.
Yeah. So, I see they're running off of the... Oh, okay, now I remember. So this was during the year where the Lizard just spontaneously came out sometimes. Yeah, the Lizard's been through a few weird eras. At first, it was mainly whenever Dr. Connors got a hold of this potion or whatnot, yada yada yada.
It's a classic Jekyll and Hyde story, similar to what the Hulk was supposed to be. There you go.
Oh yeah, funnily enough, there actually was an era where they pretty much did
this boss is a complete joke.
Snicklet
7.
Well,
what does that even mean?
I do like the fact that they make the passwords easy to remember, at least.
Oh, hello, who's this?
The Sandman.
Oh,
he doesn't have his iconic hairdo here for some reason.
I think it's just a bad facial quality sprite.
Alright, and he's in the park.
Of course.
Dude, you okay?
Now in 1980s porn music.
Now that's
this is New York. So this is New York. So this must be Central Park.
Most likely.
It depends. We got plenty of parks in New York.
Well, obviously. Usually, but Central Park. Central Park is the one that's usually most depicted in fiction.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Swing and a hit.
Well, remember, the swinging is so broken that you can basically almost use it to skip levels.
What is a fire hydrant in the middle of a park like
that? Oh, you did not just say that, Teo. That fire hydrant is going to be important in the upcoming boss battle.
Well, obviously, in tradition, Sandman needs to be hydrated in order to be hit.
To be fair to you, a lot of trees, flammable. Yeah, it's probably good.
True, Jova. No, Jova. I understand that. It's
giant gorilla, like
I guess Sandman breed a zoo or something. But usually, it's the placement that it's weird, Jova. It was like in the middle of nowhere. Usually, we're like at the edges of like mini streets that you're in parks.
Well, when it comes to Central Park, there's a lot of area within, so it makes sense to have a fire hydrant.
Oh,
there you go.
There it is.
Do you guys have regular animals escaping from the zoo problems?
I get it. You have to lure him all the way back.
Very good too.
So, what was up with that giant gorilla?
I don't know. Gorilla.
I don't
Gorilla
know.
Grodd is DC, guys.
All right.
I mean, the music is still kick-ass.
Yeah, but still, I keep coming back to that gorilla because
There
it
you
has
go.
nothing to do with Sandman.
And he's
Just
dead
like-
immediately.
Yeah, whatever. He'll reform like he always
The
does.
the bosses of this game are a fucking joke.
I mean, in Shattered Dimension, Sandman was one of my most annoying levels for how long it went, but at least he put up a fight.
Oh, don't worry. He'll put up a lot of a fight in Spider-Man 3. Screw that boss battle.
I'm one step closer to spoil.
Honestly, Joe, I haven't played that game, I'll admit. But from what I've seen of it, the only thing I remember is Spider-Man falling flat on his face.
Public
while trying to
45.
45. Alright.
Let's catch up
Well,
on
that's-
Jameson.
And I thought this
I think that's about 5. Oh, wait, no, that's 6 keys sound.
time is running out for New York. Spider-Man, that enemy of all that is lawful and good,
Since when did the Kingpin become a news reporter?
been apprehended.
No,
He just
remember.
can't believe
No, remember, Debsy. This is just him making public statements about how he's sure that Spider-Man is the bad guy. So
Looking forward to his time as mayor.
he's showing up in he's showing up in the news report as a witness, not as a newscaster.
Midtown Manhattan, Spider-Man must be brought to justice. Gee, that guy's convincing. If I didn't
Well, how do you think he becomes a politician later on, Spidey? Then again, J. Jonah Jameson also became mayor.
Well, now he's
Mary Jane looks like the Little Mermaid.
Well, now he's like.
Why am
now
I not
he's like
surprised?
Freaking Alex Jones.
Also, Dweebs and Jova, that also was for Marvel trying to compete with
I love how
when
there's,
Lex Luthor was a politician.
I love how there's a I love how in Mary Jane's new full name there's a hyphen between Watson and Parker.
That's a thing that some wives do when they keep their old last name,
No,
but
I know,
also
no, I know,
add on the new one.
no, I know that, but why is there a hyphen between the two?
I think it's
Again, that's
to
sometimes what they do.
Yeah, distinguish the last name by when you're married or something.
I guess it's weird.
It's a matter of showing that the two last names are there, but connected in a meaningful
And
way.
to separate which one is the original one.
Hey, it's not as maddening as the whole hyphen deal with Spider-Man or Mega Man's name. In that Mega Man doesn't have a
who's
hyphen,
next?
but Spidey does.
Well,
see.
I'm looking.
Also, yeah, Jova, that was definitely Central Park. I mean, according to the map, it clearly is.
Yep.
It's always Central
Just
Park in
makes
these.
me under all
I mean,
the
imagine-
wonder.
It's always Central Park in
if
these
over-
things. The 2018 game also has Central Park. So
Imagine if
Oh,
over
well, I'm not
Frank-
surprised that they have Central Park. Like, having a New York City without Central Park, no.
Imagine if
the Hobgoblin.
Oh, Hobgoblin.
Imagine if other franchises had like
Ooh,
unnecessary
Public
hyphens in their
Library.
names. Like Ace hyphen Attorney.
Yeah, this game also serves as a tour of New York. So
Hey, New York's a fun city. Can't complain there.
well, that's usually what most Spider-Man games are anyway.
Why
So
against Spider-Man? If punching and hitting the police is not going to help your case, man.
To be fair, it's self-defense in this case.
also
Kids with skate.
how do you explain that then,
Yeah. How can you explain that? Also, hookers.
Just so long as he doesn't hit.
and I can't. Okay, so I cannot be.
This is
done
the
alone.
same logic that Capcom USA had to use for the character of Poison in Final Fight, and I still don't like that. So,
By the way,
yeah.
are they still running with that cannon?
Capcom is
Just for
very
just
careful
for the
in what they
nostalgia
say.
of it.
They basically say just think whatever. I think the last statement was the official. It's whatever you prefer. Like it's still. Oh.
Okay, I guess we can assume that those people on skateboards were gangsters or whatnot.
No, Jova, it was like Wally Bear from the Wally Bear in No Gang.
So yeah, this civilian is telling me to go up.
Actually, it looks
that
like JJ. Yeah, it looks
Yeah,
like
yeah,
JJ.
yeah. It is. I think is it?
Yeah, I think that was.
No, Pedro, he's telling us.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
It's a
okay,
Daily
yeah,
Bugle,
that's
so yeah,
JJ.
makes sense.
Also, that police
Also,
cop
Twin
shot us
Towers,
first.
yeah. Also, lots of close-up Twin Towers in the background. Awkward.
And there you go, the Hobgoblin.
The Twin Towers because they're not the same height as each other.
Alright, so the fight against the Hobgoblin is actually one of the select few bosses in this game that is not a complete joke.
Well, I can see that he's constantly spamming bombs.
Yeah.
That and he's got.
Well, he's the
How many bombs does he have in that pocket?
He's the Hobgoblin too. That's kind of what he does.
True.
Yeah, that reminds me.
Still preferring the Goblin Knight, to be honest. But yes,
one of the best things Spider-Man the animated series did was, of course, have him be voiced by Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
Doesn't he voice the Green Goblin too?
No, that's a different.
No, there's someone else voicing the Green Goblin. But basically, it's basically the way the animated series works is actually in reverse of the comics. See, in the comics, Hobgoblin actually was made after Green Goblin because he discovers the serum and makes a serum that comes without the side effects of making you kind of insane.
During a time where Norman Osborn was out of commission.
There you go.
However, in the animated series, it's the reverse. The Hobgoblin came first.
Basically, just find a pattern and kick him like I did. His pose.
Look at my packs.
I can tell that the animators just took inspiration from the 60s cartoon.
Oh god.
Maybe.
Oh hi, Venom.
Oh hey, Venom.
Suddenly Venom.
Did Venom take the key, or did he just flip us the bird? It was hard to tell with that.
I think it was both.
Also, why did the Hobgoblin suddenly turn black in his face? Because
and Spidey just lets him go.
Kidney too.
Pedro, hold on, Libs. Hold on, Libs. Pedro, that's because his face was encased in shadow. He tends to do that.
I guess.
Don't you see,
guys? Hi, Venom.
But don't you see, guys? Tom Hardy felt like Pegasus at early visits.
The Church of Saint Vincent.
Of course, a fight with Venom in the church. That's just how usually it is. Yeah.
So let me guess it. We're gonna ring the bell at the top of the tower of his weakness.
Well, remember, guys, you already know by this point that what Venom's weakness is.
Well, to be fair, it was kind of obvious.
When I played the PS1.
Okay, it was kind of obvious, but hey, brownie points to Dwibs for probably guessing how it's gonna go. Although I'll be surprised if it isn't, because we don't quite have the Sonic Blaster yet.
There you go.
I've seen a couple of. I've seen those major pieces of media that aren't the comics, so that I know what Venom's weakness is.
What the?
Oh, we start down on the streets actually.
It's so annoying.
Yeah.
Quick, someone get a bell from the town crier and just ring it. Ding 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 ding.
Hopefully, it's not as hard to beat.
It's so amazing when.
Notice how when I hit Venom, his life bar doesn't deplete. That's because you need to make noise for his life bar to deplete.
I love how, like I said, how when the levels are not maze-like, they end almost immediately. Like, there's no challenge at all.
Also, he seems to have gotten his ability from the Dreamcast game to teleport, because how the heck did he show up before us there?
I don't know. There we go. Alright, let's continue.
Yes, let us
inside
our
the actual
gentleman's
church.
quarrel with this nice mellow music.
We're in a church, so I guess
it tries to replicate the organ.
Hey, wait, that doesn't sound like an organ at all.
Well, slightly. It's similar to those... it's more synthesized, but it's... a beat, I guess.
That sounds like the beat you hear in a Michael Jackson tune.
Okay, so what you have to do is you have to hit...
Ring, ring, ring the bell.
Here's the problem, though. You have to make both
hit
bells...
physically, I guess.
No, you have to hit both bells, make them ring at the same time. Here's the thing. You can't take too much long between each bell, because once one bell stops ringing, you need to ring it again. There you go, see? So basically, I have to find a way to kick both in a short amount of time. The problem is Venom is incredibly annoying, as to point out.
I can see that.
So basically... fuck.
Cocky hell.
Oh, ha! You tricked him into falling down there. Quick, now will you have your chance?
I'm trying.
Oh god, now he eats it. Okay, yeah, that's definitely teleportation, you cheater!
Can Venom teleport?
No.
I don't know, but for some reason he could in the Dreamcast game, and he vanishes in and out like that.
That's the PS1 version as well.
Yeah, I know. We played that.
Basically, video game canon Venom can teleport apparently. just wait till the sequel to the Insomniac game, because Brian Anthony already pretty much confirmed that the sequel is gonna have Venom, so we're going to probably see Venom teleporting in that game as well. Maybe. There you go.
Oh,
there you go. A web sling will do it.
And he instantly died.
That's a terrible voice.
What?
Poison your chances, Venom?
That sounded
What should I say, Eddie Brock?
I don't think you'll be needing this anymore.
Huh.
Why does he still sound like Venom even though he's in Brock mode?
I don't need spider sense to tell me I haven't seen the last of him.
When have you ever? Look,
Pencil.
Look, Spidey, you spent that symbiote rocketing back into space, and he still found a way back. Of course, he'll be back.
Yep. All right, everybody. So tune in next time where we finish the game.
See ya.
See ya.
Ciao.
Ta-ta.